Sorry for anyone coming back. I actually am streaming the semis. Yep, we're so back. I didn't I didn't know they were right now. Um anyway, I'm going to use the bathroom real quick. So, I'll be back in 4 minutes at the latest for the next series. Alright, everybody. We are going into the semifinals now. And they put the wrong team name in. Alright. I think they'll figure that one out. Anyway, hopefully it should be good now. Heading into the semifinals, we have our Milwaukee Vortex versus the Rochester Renegades, who I have no clue is on their team, but we'll see here in a second. So we got JB, Fighter, and Blasky. So we get into game one here. I think everything's looking perfectly fine. Echo getting a 50 with Blasky here. Swit able to get that up for Spalty. Gets fake though. Echo, Fighter bet, is a menace. Echo recovering this in his own corner here. But Blasky able to get on that ball before Milwaukee can. Echo passing to Spalty here. Just high. Over Swit as well. Fighter going to try to take this ball. In the Dominus too. Is that a Dominus? Can't quite tell. Interesting card design though. Fighter trying to recover this in his own zone here. Gets that up for JB. Who is able to get an interesting pitch right in. Just gonna call him Jay. It's J-Bay. 1-0 for Rochester here now, going into the second minute of the first game. Saved by Swit here. Twice in a row, Fighter with the second shot. Swit's still on this ball, gets demoed by Fighter. Echo off the ceiling, gets a good shot off the backboard. Spalty not there in time. Swit trying to get this out here. Doesn't have much support or boost. Blasky is going to be able to knock this ball back into Milwaukee's zone here. Good 50 here coming out of Spalty. Right back into Rochester's corner. Swit with the shot. Blasky trying to save that, but Swit, he's there. A little awkward bounce off the corner here. Echo able to punish on that. Get that ball out to Swit. Good shot. Almost a good save, but not good. Not quite good enough. Swit is going to be on this ball first. Can't quite get the jump he needs to get that double in. Spalty off the corner. Echo is able to get that around. And it's just too awkward for Rochester's defense. We got a 2-1 game here now. Blasky was not ready for Fighter to miss that. It did rubber band a bit. I'll give him that. But leads to a 2-1 series now. J-Bay popping this up. Swit is going to take advantage of that. Good bump coming out of Swit as well. Able to pop that up onto Rochester's backboard. J-Bay is beating Milwaukee to that ball. Spalty's popping that out for Fighter. Spalty taking this in. Can't get around one. Acko trying to pop it back into the Rochester zone, but gets beat. Up mid for Fighter. Gets beat by Swit. Blasky gets beat by Spalty. And we're back in Rochester zone for this. Milwaukee's coming out in this semifinal series with some good pressure and dominance. As that goes over Fighter. Not quite in though. Good defensive play to get that back into Milwaukee's zone here. Spalty pancakes out on the wall. Followed up by Acko. Fighter gets demoed but gets a flick. J-Bay can't quite get the shot he wants. But Blasky there for the goal, and we're tied back up. 2-2 heading into the 4th minute of the game. 2:13 on the clock. Fighter's going to be able to beat Swit to this ball here. A little awkward. Over Acko. Spalty able to get that out of the Milwaukee zone here. But turned around by Blasky. Trying to get this mid. Is able to. And J-Bay is just in the perfect spot. Right off of his car. Straight into the net. 2-3 coming in to 2 minutes left here in game 1. Blasky not quite able to get the touch off the backboard he wants. Back into the Rochester zone here. Swit not able to get a hand on that ball. Acko gets demoed. Spalty with some speed gets demoed but does beat Rochester to that ball. Acko with control here. Good touch around J-Bay. But it's back down for Swit, who's trying to pop it up to Acko. Not able to. Swit's on this ball. No boost. Spalty trying to get the shot off. And the second time, he does. Got a 3-3 game here. Good follow-up by Spalty here. Just to, you know, miss that first shot, but get back in the play very quickly. Get that rebound. No one in net. Fighter off the wall here, going into the Milwaukee zone. Acko on the backboard. Can't quite get a good touch on that ball, but Swit is there to bail him out. Off the post. Acko's trying to put that off the backboard for Spalty, who is a tad bit too far up for that. A little bit of mess in front of the net here, as Milwaukee's trying to recover, get that out of their zone. Blasky putting it down into Milwaukee's corner. Acko on the ball now. He has boost, not anymore. Swit is there. He's going to elect to clear that. Fighter missing. Leaving that for Spalty. We have a 4-3 game. 40 seconds here. Unfortunate miss here by Fighter, but Spalty, he's just been there that game. He's been that guy. He's just there. Let's see if anything interesting is going to happen in these last 40 seconds. Fighter, first off kickoff, but Spalty able to get a good touch on the ball. Acko just putting that in. 29 seconds. 2-goal lead for the Milwaukee Vortex. And Spalty saying that they saved it. Yeah, this server isn't quite the best. I've seen a little bit of rubber banding where things, you know, should be okay. That's going to be up for this one. It's beat by Spalty, the man himself. Swit's electing to take this into the zone himself. Can't quite get anything done, though. Fighter on the back wall. This game should be over. Yep. And just double commit from each team. And no one hits it. Faked everyone. Anyway, 1-0 Milwaukee going into game 2 here in the semifinals of CSA Professional. Um, honestly, I was scared there for Milwaukee for a minute, but they got their act together and they were able to come out on top for this game. Thanks for the follow, everyone new here. Appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the series today. Switya is the top frag. Good performance by all three Milwaukee players that game, though. I mean, I think they seemed pretty solid all the way down the board there. Like everyone was like contributing to goals scored, as you can see. Only one unassisted goal there for Milwaukee, which is a pretty good sign. You know, you can never be perfect, but a lot of participation from that team. As we go into game 2 here, Milwaukee up 1-0. Sweat's taking this into Rochester's zone. Fighter able to get that out though. Spalti keeping it in. Down for Akko into the corner. Awkward bounce out. Spalti not able to get that, but Swit is there. Good save by J-Bay. Akko trying to get a shot. Misses. A little awkward here. Fighter with no boost. Spalti out of the corner looking for somebody, but recovered by J-Bay. Good flick. Very quick shot, but Swit is able to save that. Spalti with boost, taking this into Rochester's half. But Blaski's gonna be able to keep ball possession here. Off out of the corner here. Akko able to get that out. Good demo coming out of him on Fighter. Good save by Blaski though. That was close. Pass up by J-Bay. Blaski not able to get the perfect shot off. Swit taking his time here. Zero boost. Spalti off the backboard. Able to clear. Got some free space for Akko here. J-Bay with a good 50. Spalti there to recover. Akko trying to get that touch. Not quite. And there's an empty net coming in for... Okay, I thought they almost threw that. But, Blaski able to get that. That was an unfortunate miss by J-Bay, who replies with the late faking in chat. As we go 1-0 in the favor of Rochester here. Spalti trying to get the flick, beat by Fighter. Swit staying on that ball, leaving it for Blaski. Good play out of Milwaukee there to be patient. Fighter gonna take this ball, can't quite get the boost though. Spalti's gonna be able to take this ball away. Keep a little bit of control on here. Let's see if he can do anything else. Can't quite get it over J-Bay. Good attempt though on the flick. J-Bay runs out of boost, keeps it mid. Spalti there to keep that in. Good demo coming out of him. Swit is able to recover. Can't quite get it around Fighter here. Spalti without boost on the backboard. Blaski's going to be up for that. Beating Akko. Swit there to save. In the corner, J-Bay popping it out for Fighter. Is not going to commit. Good commit by Blaski though. Did not see that coming. Akko pushing this into Rochester's half here. Swit with a great pop. Blaski's going to be up for that, however. Well, pop by Swit again. J-Bay on this ball, leaving for somebody else. Spalti misses. Akko able to calm down and retrieve that. Fighter in the corner of Rochester here. But Akko is able to dunk that. Swit's going to keep in. Gets beat by Blaski here. Good pass out mid. A little too fast for J-Bay and any normal human, honestly. Spalti taking this in to the Rochester zone. Swit, as last man, is keeping control. Smart play by him. A little risky, but very smart. And Blasky, that ball's just coming around mid. Nobody on backboard for Milwaukee. Blasky's able to get off of the backboard there and tap that in. Acko not thinking there's a real threat there, but that'll happen from time to time. Acko off the kickoff here with possession. Taking it into Rochester's corner. Spalti getting that out mid, but Blasky's there to beat. Trying to pop it out mid. Swit's going to recover this ball. Fighter getting an interesting touch. Don't think JB is really liking that from his teammate. Acko trying to take this slow in. Gets 2 touches off. Close shot by Spalti. Great pass by Swit. Fighter taking his time. Going for the musty. And going to get a 50 on Acko. Ball's up for Spalti here. Gets enough to keep it out of danger for now. Got 2 people on this ball for Milwaukee. Now all 3. Luckily, no immediate threat was established. JB up. Spalti without boost. Good play by Spalti. Able to get that to Swit. It was a little risky, but pays off for them in the end. 40 seconds remain in game 2 here. Let's see if Milwaukee can get any momentum going to their side. Blasky with the save. Swit is up to keep that in. Over the other defender. Trying to get this up onto the ceiling. Back into Rochester's corner here. Cleared out by JB. Swit will be here for the ball. Spalti trying to get something going. They need to score now if they want a shot. But no one's there to establish anything. Game 2 will go to the Rochester Renegades with a shutout, 2-0. Blasky getting both goals as well. Close matchup, but Rochester comes out on top. Going into Game 3, we are tied 1-1, entering Game 3. Just like Atlanta and Denver. Alright, Game 3 underway here. Acko is going to get possession off the kickoff. Bumped by Blasky here. Fighter going to beat off the rest of Milwaukee here. Able to get possession. Good demo coming in from Swit. Fighter able to keep the ball though. Cleared out by Swit. Good dunk out of Swit. I like how Swit stays on these balls. She doesn't give up. Blasky coming in. Spalti able to beat off of the backboard here. Pass up to Acko. Fighter comes out for it. Big threat here. Acko able to clear. Good initial save by Swit here as well. Blasky has some... Going for a bump now. Okay. No boost for Milwaukee. Swit able to use his 4 boost to get up, but unfortunately, JB is in there for the shot. Good high placement. He knows they don't have boost. Hard to get up for them. 1-0 in the favor of Rochester here. Acko putting some pressure. Good bump by Swit. Blasky able to clear that out. He's going to take that again. Spalti there to make the save. JB with possession. Fighter in Milwaukee's corner now. Cleared out by Acko. Swit coming in with a defensive pass back. Anyway, he gets that back out. 0 boost for him. He's going to stay on this ball. Gets a bump on Blasky. Not able to get much else as Fighter beats Milwaukee's player there. I didn't quite see who that was. Swit taking this out of the Milwaukee half here. Bounced out to Acko, who bounced it out to Spalti with the double, and that's a 1-1 game. Not the fanciest goal, but it gets her done. Um, Good shot by Spalti there. Can't say much else. Off the kickoff here, good bump coming out of Swit. Leaving the ball for Akko. Fighter, awkward. It's going to be a bounce up. Blaski's there, but Spalti beats. Just high of the net. Swit with the 50. Oh my god. He just went in there for that. He didn't care. Not letting J-Bay have anything. Fighter, not enough time to react. Akko taking that into Rochester's territory. Saved by Fighter. Gets a second touch to get it around Swit there. Passes it out to J-Bay. Spalti keeping that in the corner. Able to get a 50. Keeping it out of danger temporarily. Swit with a good 50 as well. Akko beating J-Bay here. Low boost for Milwaukee here. Let's see if they can do anything. Blaski able to get a clear, but Akko says no. Keeps it in. Swit trying to get a 50. Over to Spalti. Taking this off of the wall. Akko's going to clear that wide for Spalti. Good dunk by Spalti. Akko's able to recover that. J-Bay on the ball though. Spalti trying to get the sidewall. Close attempt. Simple shot coming out of Blaski. And J-Bay is able to just catch that. Good way to stay calm from J-Bay here. I mean, it's a nerve-wracking situation. Fighter should have got that goal technically, but don't know why he didn't. But 2-2 coming in to the 4th minute of play here. Or the 3rd minute. Good bump from J-Bay, able to let Blaski have that out. Saved by Swit and Spalti. They're both still on that. Swit is just like, get out of my way. I'm trying to save the ball. Swit's going to pop back out a little too hard, but Akko is there. Trying to get the bump. Fighter able to make the save there. Swit with the pinch out. Fighter is going to read that. Good demo coming out of Swit. Take some pressure off. J-Bay, no boost. And Vet hits that back. Able to take control. Swit is up though. Gets a 50 with Fighter. Spalti rolling in here. Akko over to Swit. Able to get that into the corner here. Awkward ball for Fighter. Somehow doesn't own goal. Spalti trying to throw that mid. Fighter is able to fling that towards Milwaukee's zone here, however. J-Bay up to Blaski. What a pass. Off the backboard. Fakes. And that's going to be a goal for Rochester. "34 seconds left. Rochester up 1. Let's see what happens here. Let's see if Milwaukee can come back from this 1-goal deficit. Swit trying to pinch it mid. Gets a 50, goes straight up, stays in the corner. Spalti trying to get it mid as well. No boost. Swit's playing defensively. Swit's going to try to stay on this, but Fighter is going to take this ball. Spalti with a good 50. 13 seconds remain. Milwaukee down 1. Fighter taking it out of the zone. Milwaukee needs something right now. Swit with the save. Can he keep this alive? J-Bay with a 50 out. Swit popping it up. Nobody over there though. Akko able to get a good touch out. Spalti up to Swit. Swit misses. Akko able to stay under it. And Rochester is going to hit that down and claim their victory in Game 3 here. So Rochester is up 2-1 right now. Best of 7 series, obviously. Another close game. At this point, it's just what team can make less mistakes. Very even matchup in my opinion. Fighter's taking some time to talk to the team. Looks like. But if we want to see Milwaukee come back here and their mental has to stay, they can obviously beat this team as they did the first game. All right, here we go. Game 4, semifinals, CSA Professional League here. Echo in the corner with Fighter getting a 50 down. Rochester able to clear that out off of the backboard. J-Bay is going to be able to recover this. Echo putting some pressure on him without boost. Able to get a touch. Blasky there to clear that out of danger. J-Bay with an unfortunate pop kind of out to Milwaukee there. Echo diving in, trying to get a touch. Blasky is going to recover this with possession. Spalty coming in to take that. In the Rochester corner here, there's a demo. Echo, you need can't quite get to the ball in time. Blasky's going to take this on the ground. Easy save by Swit here. Good control to pop that out. J-Bay going to keep this in the Milwaukee zone here. Spalty trying to clear. Fighter vet keeping it in the zone. Swit with an interesting pop over J-Bay, able to get it around him. Echo going for the fake, gets it, and that's in. Dirty. He's like that. Good play by Echo here. No boost. Doesn't have many options. Elects to go for the fake, and it pays off. Blasky trying to pinch this out. Swit not able to hit that. Echo is going to be there to clear it out. He is demoed, however. Little scrum in front of the net. Good 50 to keep that out of Milwaukee's net. Blasky trying to take it off of Fighter. However, it was not communicated greatly. Fighter up with the ball off the ceiling. Gets another touch and it's in. Great shot by Fighter. Tie game. Good car control from him, honestly, though. Alright, 3:25 left in game 4 here. Rochester still up 2-1 in the series. Spalty getting a 50 mid, going down to Echo, but beat by J-Bay. Swit not able to keep possession of that. Fighter keeping that close to Milwaukee's net. However, it goes back to the corner. J-Bay going for the shot. Swit, unfortunately, was not able to get to that ball as quick as he wanted to. This is going to be 2-1 Rochester. 3 minutes remain. J-Bay popping it up for Blasky. Swit there, able to get a good save, a good 50. Fighter down to J-Bay. A little bump comes in. Echo, no boost. Gets the touch though. Swit controlling on the backboard, but Fighter is there. Good save by Echo. Spalty on the backboard, taking control, getting boost. Blasky trying to bring this mid. And Fighter vet there to recover the 50. A little bit of ping pong in Milwaukee's corner right now. J-Bay with a good touch to get it mid, however, was not on target. Fighter up instantly. Echo can't quite make the save. 3-1 Rochester. Off of the kickoff, this goes into Milwaukee's corner. Spalty able to take control of the ball. Fighter being patient though and getting possession off of that. Echo looks to get a 50 on Blasky. That's going to pop out to Spalty, who gets a good touch. Rochester with low boost, able to clear that, give them some time to recover. But Fighter says, I want to score anyway. J-Bay able to keep that in the Milwaukee zone. Spalti can't quite get a hand up for that, but Swit is there to control. Going for a demo. Spalti on the ball now. J-Bay gets a good 50. Akko recovering on defense here on the backboard in Milwaukee's zone. Unfortunate touch. Great save, though. Good recovery. Almost a tragedy there. Fighter dancing with the ball in the corner. Getting a demo on Akko is Blasky. Good save by Spalti here. J-Bay trying to get something out of this. He's still on the ball. Runs out of boost, though. Akko taking control of this. Gets behind him, but Swit is there to keep that ball in Rochester's half. Spalti now. Pops it off of the corner. Great save by Fighter with, like, out any boost, pretty much. Spalti up for the shot. Almost saved, but in. What a read by Spalti there. Off of the corner. It's a great shot. To himself, too. This is speed you only see out of really good players. I mean, bringing this game to a 1-goal difference. They are still down 1, Milwaukee. Spalti off of the corner, gets bumped. Akko, no boost, able to get a touch on it, though. Fighter, going to get a reset on this. Over Swit. Spalti can't quite get control of that ball, but Akko there. 50 by Blasky. Akko trying to get that save. Swit is there to finish that save for Akko. J-Bay trying to get fancy off of the backboard here. Almost works. 10 seconds left. Let's see if Milwaukee can get a goal to keep this in reach. Akko keeping it up. Unfortunate touch by Swit. Brings it down. Rochester 3, Milwaukee 1. Let's see if Milwaukee can come back. These are close games. Like, it's within a goal or two every time. It's about the little things at this point. Obviously, a lot more shots coming out of Rochester, though. This is what we saw out of Milwaukee last series. That was giving them the edge over New Orleans. Obviously, now this is Rochester is getting the edge over Milwaukee. Hopefully, Milwaukee can kind of get their heads level. They're almost there. I mean, these games are close. Just a few little adjustments could honestly take them the series. This series is, with how close every game is, it's still up for debate on who's going to win. Obviously, Rochester has a big advantage by being at series point right now. Spalti able to beat off the kickoff. Gets dunked by Blasky, though. Akko up. Spalti going for a redirect. Can't quite get it, though. Swit with some speed coming in. Akko gets a 50. Still in the Rochester zone here. It's going to pop out to Swit. Trying to get that over to Akko, who can't quite recover. Spalti with good patience, letting Fighter lose that ball. But Swit's going to have to recover this one here. Good bang in. Beats a few players. Miss. Swit with the double. Very nice. Fighter was not able to get up for that ball. Tries to go for the save, but can't quite. Good double by Swit here. Milwaukee up 1-0 in game number 5. Swit controlling this on the backboard. It's going to knock that down. JB's going to catch. Flick over Spalti. Akko coming in, keeping that. Getting boost. Trying to push this up over Blasky. Low boost for Milwaukee. They do have possession in the corner. Akko gets demoed, but it's going to be still a little awkward for Rochester here. Fighter is able to clear that into Milwaukee's territory, however. Acco getting this out. Getting a demo on J-Bay. Spalty trying to make this awkward for Blasky, which he does. J-Bay able to recover that though. Taking possession with the flick. Shot off the post, and unfortunately no one's going to be there for Milwaukee to save that. Still a 1-1 game though. I have no idea what this car is, but if he can use it, I mean, good for him. Pop-up off the kickoff here. Blasky's going to take control of that. Acco on the backboard, though, to push that away. Swit's going to put that down for Spalty, which goes into the corner of Rochester. J-Bay able to get a good touch out. Acco's gets a 50 with Blasky into Milwaukee's corner now. Can't quite get anything in front of the net there. Swit able to get up on that ball, but J-Bay there to keep it in. Swit with another amazing touch to put that into the territory of Rochester, but unfortunately it is countered. Spalty here, trying to shoot. Blasky able to get the save. A little awkward there. J-Bay, no boost. Acco trying to get a 50 on Blasky. Does not work out. Back into the Milwaukee territory here. Fighter is up. Spalty needs to get up for this ball. And unfortunately, he gets 50'd or beat. Can't quite tell. He was quick though. Yeah, he gets beat. He was quick. I'll give him that. 2-1 Rochester. 1-goal game here. Let's see what they can do. Swit on the wall here. Got possession here. 50 with Fighter. And Acco is going to keep that in. Blasky with low boost. Going to get that 100 and a flick over to Fighter, who knocks it in to Milwaukee's zone. Swit trying to stay behind that ball, keep control, which works out well for him. I don't think he can get around this ball, but gets a pinch mid. No one there to respond to that, however. Fighter popping this out into Milwaukee's territory. Not a great touch by Spalty. J-Bay trying to get that shot. Didn't quite work out, but it is passed back to him by Blasky, and he's able to put that in the net. 141 left. 3-1 Milwaukee. Or not Milwaukee. Rochester. Let's see if Milwaukee can keep their season alive by staying in this game. Blasky able to get around the two defenders there. Ceiling shot with 0 boost. Unfortunate. Acco taking this into the corner. Fighter there to take it from him, though. Great challenge by Swit. Able to get Milwaukee back on the board. Still a 2-goal game. Spalty. Much needed goal right there. Much needed. Swit able to take this. Blasky getting a save though. Acco trying to pass it off himself to the backboard. Over to Spalty. Just wide. Blasky gonna have possession. Swit. He's there again with that dunk. That's what he does. Good bump by him as well. Bringing this back. 58 seconds left. Down to Milwaukee. Back into Rochester's corner here. Spalty trying to get something going. Can't quite. Still 40 seconds left. Swit is last without boost. Spalty not quite there to make the save. Down 3 with 35 seconds left. Rochester is up. Still very possible. But each second makes it less possible. JB is gonna dunk down here, trying to get the double. Echo's there. 17 seconds left. They need something now, otherwise it's not gonna happen. Spalti with the flick over. 11 seconds left. Down 2. See if they can do anything. They're gonna let it go into the corner on kickoff. Very smart by Rochester here. And that's gonna be game. Rochester wins the series 4-1. Each game very close, but Milwaukee couldn't quite do it. Well, I think that's my last game. Actually, this time. Anyway, unfortunate loss there for the boys, but close games. Anyway, thanks for everyone that's new here or returning for watching. Hope you enjoyed the series, even though it didn't turn out exactly how we wanted. All right, we'll see you guys later.